Hello all and welcome to the February-March update video, which will be short, hopefully. So the news about the campaign, the voting campaign, we didn't manage to cross back over the $800 a month mark this month, although we came very close. So I won't start working on the voted publication, the thinking method this month, but hopefully that will happen in April. Although we crossed and fell back below that $800 mark, the campaign is going really well. We have the highest amount of supporters that we've ever had, with 170 people supporting every month. Like I mentioned in the previous videos, we lost some big pledges of like 40 a month and 20 a month, so we're still making ground on those. But the campaign is going really well. We have the amount of supporters is increasing steadily, and these are smaller pledges which are much more reliable. It's an income that is much more steady, you know, when you have 30 people pledging $1 rather than one person pledging $30. So please continue to join the campaign, where you can vote for the next audio courses to be created by Language Transfer, and also now the next publications. And I should mention again, like I said in my last video, now any language courses which are not in English will automatically have the votes doubled. This is in order to try to make Language Transfer reach more people, not just speakers of English. So that's the news on the campaign. Now, as most of you know, the publication that won the voting when the first time we crossed over the $800 mark was the Thinking Method publication, which is a super important publication because it means you know, we can get other people course writing, and then my role in Language Transfer can be more guiding other people to make courses rather than doing everything myself, which, as you see, takes a while. And the other thing, once we cross the $800 milestone again on the Patreon campaign, I won't only be working on the Thinking Method publication, but also on the small publications which aren't voted, which happen automatically for the various courses, languages that we already have audio courses for. Swahili news. Swahili has been completely recorded. We've finished the recording of Swahili, but the releases are going to take their time because it's extremely hard to find reliable volunteers for Swahili. This may be because of internet costs in native Swahili speaking countries, or whatever reason, it's proving extremely difficult to find dedicated volunteers for Swahili, which means that the releases are really slow. Now, you know, I can only post around online so much. I'm one person with all of this work. So really, please, users, and especially users of the Swahili course, please get online, find forums, find pages where you can find native Swahili speakers and invite them to get involved and help us get these audios out sooner, so that more people around the world can learn Swahili for free. And also, these native speakers should have a very interesting experience seeing how we dissect Swahili. So please spend a little bit of time trying to find more collaborators for this course if you can. Now, Swahili was a commissioned course. The option to commission a course was on the website for quite a while, and I've taken it away again because you know, the commissioning of Swahili was just really too much if I think of all the work, you know, that I have to put in the project anyway, and you know, commissioning on top of that is just too much. I really did find my limit with that. So that option has gone from the website until Language Transfer is a fixed team and not just me relying on volunteer collaborations. Then there will be no more course commissioning. Hopefully it's something we can bring back in the future. But for now, if anybody wants a course, they just have to vote. And you know, any big donation can come at any time and completely change the voting panorama. But there will be no more course commissioning for the foreseeable future. What there will be, though, are presential workshops, paid presential workshops around Europe, like 1 week programs for very small groups, which will not be economical because they are there to raise money and to keep all of this free stuff going. So if you're interested in organizing a paid workshop for any of the languages that are online anywhere in Europe, get in touch and we can talk about numbers and how we will do that. But I should say that my dog will have to be present for these workshops. سعيدة تعالي هنا. تعالي دلوقتي. تعالي. سعيدة بويسة. Okay, so this is Saida, and Saida absolutely needs to be present for the workshops because she doesn't like to be left by herself. No. So any dog-friendly workshops, I'm willing to travel anywhere in Europe to give. Also, anytime that I travel to make a paid workshop, I will also make an open public workshop for the local community and to spread language transfer. I prefer to do that to get extra funds in than, now the dog is excited, than to work with commissioned courses, because I feel that that takes way too much of my energy from the voted courses. Now, I'm really grateful for this commissioning. I'm really happy that I got to work on Complete Swahili, but now as the campaign amount, has got higher since I started to work on Complete Swahili, and the campaign allows me to work full-time on language transfer, it doesn't make sense really to continue accepting commissions for courses whilst I'm the only guy on the project. So the activities for this month are to continue editing and releasing Greek, to continue editing and releasing, hopefully releasing Swahili if we get these native speakers to check the audios, otherwise I will just be catching up on the pre-edits, and also going back to the complete German script. Please keep sharing. Something else I wanted to get user help on is contacting press, and like on social media you have these videos like now this or whatever, that little videos showing interesting things, interesting projects. How comes nothing like this has happened for language transfer yet? Mostly because I don't have anybody all the time myself to go out there and reach out. So I think one of the most interesting things about this project is that I write courses in languages that I don't necessarily speak. Most of the languages I teach, I don't speak them, not because I can't, just because I haven't had the time to, to practice them, only to dissect them and check and make the courses. I think that's a really interesting point that could get language transfer out there a lot. So if you would like to help out on that side of things, you don't even have to get in touch with me. You can just contact them directly as a user of language transfer in your own words and say, hey, maybe you want to check out this project. So if users would like to do that, that could be a really nice way to help get LT out there and reaching more people, changing more lives, which is the important bit. And that's all. Thank you.